are going to be talking about how to pick up a nervous dog. A lot of people tell me that every time they try and pick up their dog will move just out of reach, and they'll keep doing that, or they'll call their dog and their dog will come to them and they can't interact with their dog because their dog will just keep backing up. And so it's really important to build trust so that you can pick up your dog. And Junie here is not nervous, but I can still demonstrate the technique. The best way to do it is first getting them used to the position where it's best to pick them up. If you're leaning forward over your dog like most people go to pick up the dog, that's a very threatening gesture, so that can be really scary for them. Imagine someone much taller than you leaning over you. It can be really, really scary. And also, again, for dogs specifically, that's an especially threatening gesture. So one of the first things you want to do is get them used to getting to your side. So usually you'll need a treat for this. But you would lure them. Come here, sweetie. Really, you're going to make me use a treat for this? Come here. So they'll follow your hand in a nice little shape like that, and you would just reward them for that. So to show you when you're treating, I will actually use a treat. Release. Come here. So I would have a couple of treats, usually one in each hand, and I'm going to lure her in a big wide circle and then bring it tight right along my thigh, and then treat for that. You ready? Come here. So again, that pattern, give me a sweetie. So that pattern would be wide and then tight, run your hand right around your thigh, and yes, and they're gonna start getting used to the arm being over them and reaching over them. So that's the first step, and you may have to do that many times, but only a few times in a row, because again, if your dog is nervous of being picked up, it might be a little bit overwhelming for them. So once your dog is super relaxed with getting into that position, you can take the treat. And again, you'll have one in each hand. You're going to lure them out, bring your hand right along the thigh, and then you're going to move your hand back and touch their rib cage. And then you'll treat with this hand. So you're going to actually treat with the luring hand first, so you get them into position again. Hand right along the thigh. Your arm's going to naturally go over them, and you're going to slide your hand back and touch their rib cage while you treat with your other hand. So it takes a little bit of coordination, but I promise it's worth it. So as you get them used to that, you're then going to get them used to upward pressure on the rib cage. So you're going to lure them, they're going to get that treat, and then you're going to lift a little bit with your left hand and treat with your right hand. Now I pick up with my left hand because I'm right-handed and I may need my right hand to do something more agile, like opening a doorknob. Are you ready? So when they're comfortable with that, come on. Again, you're going to lure them into position, bring your hand right along your thigh. They're going to get used to your arm going around them. You're going to switch treats, lift up just a little bit, and then release them. You may even release, toss a treat for them to go and find, so that you're removing that social pressure, and then you start over. Again, some dogs can only handle one or two of these in a row. She knows this. If I go to pick her up, she gets right into position. And so you keep doing that until eventually you can pick her up. And again, this may take a couple days to get them actually comfortable where you can pick them up, but it becomes very smooth to just do that in one motion. And now, come here, bud. Junie, come here. You ready? I can just point to the side and she gets into position. So that took a lot of steps to get there, and thankfully she didn't have any issues with being picked up to begin with, but that's how you teach your dog, and hopefully if you practice enough, no one would know that your dog didn't like being picked up. Huh, sweetie? All right. So practice with your dog just a little bit every day, and they will get used to that, and everything will be much easier and much less stressful for both of you.